And if you don't like... Oh my god, this guy's flying at me. Well, that was stupid. He, like, told... Hey everybody, how's it going? What's up? Hopefully it's stream's working nice and well for everybody. So actually I'll just start playing this just to get it moving along. So what today I'm going to be doing is basically rewatching this live stream from yesterday and just kind of watching it with people that want to watch with me to chat, have a good time, and just see what's up. Maybe throw my commentary on some things and go from there. So that's about it. Hey Frontier, how's it going? And everybody else out there, don't forget to subscribe. Ah, it worked. Okay. And yeah, subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow if you're on Facebook, follow if you're on Twitch. And we'll have a good time. So I'll do this pretty much the whole length of the live stream. We'll watch everything together. And please leave commentary in chat. I'll chit-chat with you. We'll talk about it. It'll pop up on the stream too if you're talking. And yeah. And there'll be ads, I think, in here because I'm refusing to pay for Twitch Prime. So at some point I'm going to have to pause or just get rid of the video so that I don't get a copyright for like an Affleck commercial, which just happened right beforehand. Before I started the stream. So we'll see. Let's see, make sure everything's working well. Alrighty. So far, so good. Let's see. Live chat's up. Good, good, good. Alright, guys, come on. Let's start this stream. There we go. Oh, you played Earth Defense Force? Nice, dude. I played that game, oh man, at a friend's house, and it was the best thing in the world. I don't know why I don't buy it. Like, get another one. They have that new one. I think it's on sale right now on Steam, at least.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our March development live stream for Ashes of Creation.
Let me know if you guys can hear well, too, for the stream.
Earlier, Stephen had
the stream of the stream.
That was so funny, Margaret, when you came on and said hello, the lawnmower just started picking up and moving. It was like,
it was like the perfect timing. And earlier, Stephen had like vacuuming happening when we were recording other stuff. So it was just, you know, it's one of those days when you're working from home and it's affecting everything. So welcome to our glorious development update. If you've never seen one of these before, we kind of go over all of the things that all of our departments are doing and making, and it's fabulous.
Fabulous.
Of course, I'm Margaret Crone. I'm your community marketing lead, and with me as always,
number 5 Frontier. Okay.
The one, the only, our lead game designer, Jeffrey Bard. How you feeling today?
Hi, everybody. Doing really good. Got some good sleep last night.
That's good. It's always hard to find those moments of good sleep, right?
It's rare with a toddler, but I got it last night and I'm super stoked.
Nice. Did she just like sleep through it all? Is that why?
She did the whole night, all by herself. No potty
Awesome.
breaks.
Get hot in
no
there.
nothing. It was wonderful.
Woot. And of course, our lovely Sandal Lord. And what do you call you? Should we call
Duck
you
Commander.
King
Duck
Duck?
Commander.
I was
Duck
saying
Commander.
King of
King of the
Duckingham
Ducks.
Palace.
Oh yeah, he's got a bunch
Our
of ducks
creative
now, I
director,
think.
Stephen Shreve. How are you doing? How are the ducks? We need to know.
I'm doing good. The ducks
should
are
just
do
always
this now.
doing
Stream.
good. You know, I'm
You
just
should.
going to post some pictures on the Discord later today. They're nesting in their little house that we got them with some straw we put in it, and they're keeping warm at night in that house. So it's going good. It just got
Aren't you in
constructed,
California?
on Wednesday.
That's awesome. I love
So
it.
cold.
It's been interesting seeing all of his little duck updates. We have a
Well, cool frontier.
pet
I'll look
photos
into it.
channel, but it kind of has turned into just animals all the time. And
Oh, yeah.
everyone at the company posts stuff in there, and it's great. I think we even had a weird bug that someone found. What was that bug?
It was
That's a
a
scorpion
whip
spider.
spider.
Coconut?
Or
Oh, I thought it was a
whatever.
coconut
Whip scorpion.
ant.
Whip scorpion.
Whip scorpion?
Or
Okay.
camel spider.
Anyways, it was
Yeah.
terrifying.
Okay.
But if you haven't joined us before,
When did they-
today
when
we
did they
will
get
be
a
going
pet channel?
over our reminders, our studio update, our design update, our environment art update, and character update. And then we will be doing a Q&A segment where we will be answering some of your questions. Our lovely community manager, Lieutenant Toast, put together those. And of course, if your question doesn't get answered here, she's amazing and goes through and answers a lot of them on the forums. So definitely go check there, even if you don't see your question answered here. But with that, we will go through our quick updates. I'll try to make it quick.
Got.
So first and foremost, we have our monthly cosmetic swap over for the root.
I like how
of
these
the
look.
quest, and that will be April 7th, 2021 at
I feel this should be a
11 a.m.
Valentine's
Pacific.
theme, though,
It's
with all the
our
red.
news post. We always let you know whenever the swap over is happening in advance as well, so you can go check that out. And of course,
You got the new one?
we've had
Chunky
our
ram.
hype. Oh, sorry.
No.
I just love that.
Darn.
Oh yeah, the Rams, my chunky boy Ram. I
That
know.
Roman armor is really cool.
And of
That's
course, we
I'm,
had last
I
month,
might
our
spend
big
money on
discussion
that.
was in terms of Ash's
Spent so much money.
hybrid combat. Where do you think you'll be speccing your character? Majority action
Tank.
skilled or
Tank,
majority
tank.
tab based skilled?
Whatever
Maybe
works.
A mix of both, and why? And you all gave us some wonderful answers. We've already compiled that and sent it over to the design team. I know that's gonna have a lot of discussions. It's already. I saw one of the programmers saying like, "I'm gonna try to break the system." So
Isn't that the
we'll see
point?
What happens in regards to all of that and
Try to break it, and
all of your
before
feedback.
launch.
I know that's something that Jeff's team will be reading over thoroughly. And of course, we have our dev discussion for April, which will be on
Mentoring?
mentoring. So get your mind in that headspace, and we'll share that with you.
But
And with that, we also
Mentoring what,
are
like a
now
system?
adding these guild gathering discussions because we are building out some of our guild systems and social systems of sorts. And last month's question was, what guild hall features would you like to see in Ashes of Creation? What features have you liked from other games? What features do you think?
well, it's 11 a.m.
are
for me,
best
Frontier. I don't know.
opportunities? And you
I
have
usually don't
really
stream in the morning
provided us
because I sleep in
wonderful
late on
answers to those.
Saturdays.
Thank you all so much.
And then
of course,
I
we
usually
have
make
another
breakfast
one
and then I go shopping. But I
in
shop
April, and it's gonna be
after
about
work, so that's why I'm
managing
here.
success. And I think this is one of the
And I
things
really
that
wanted to do
is
this
super
stream
important
last
for
night, but my
guilds, right?
internet
We
was
wanna be able to feel
trash.
like we've
I
accomplished
was getting like
things
1
and
megabit upload.
that
It was
we're
horrible.
competitive with other guilds. So I'm definitely curious to see what the community has on that end.
I just want to own a
Of
node
course,
or a
we have
castle.
announced our playtest dates that we have
Hey,
changed
Ty.
up a bit. And our next one will be May 14th through May 21st.
Oh, I can't wait
And
for
of
May
course,
14th.
If you are already part of our preview testing, we will be doing spot testing with you. We have already been doing that, but that is all under NDA. So, shh.
Yeah, just
Don't
touch
say a
on this
word,
little
guys.
bit. You know, those of you who didn't see the
Should move the
announcement
camera.
for the changes in the dates, you
There
know,
we go.
this was something that was definitely possible. Obviously, we can't
Spend a
predict
few
the
dollars. Yeah, you
unknowns
would want
that,
them to
come
break
out
it
of
as
our
much as
testing, and
possible
the
so they can
testing is
fix
very
it and put it
important.
back
does
together to
provide us
correct.
that
Yeah,
data,
exactly.
And our Alpha 1 testers
before
have done a
launch.
tremendous, amazing job in kind of, you know, putting up with all of the you know, the bug tests and the spot tests
Calm
that we
down,
had to kind of
phones.
endure. But we did see some significant improvements that even, you know, our testers are very happy about with regards to stability, and we did solve some issues that we found in February, and now are moving back and forward again. So you know, there's always a potential, a possibility when you're in active development that timelines are going to change. We try to
You better not. I had to
confident
change
that
my
we win these
vacation
dates when
for
we're
that
very
month long.
confident, 100% confident that they're going to happen. But
That's just
obviously,
there.
at the end of the day, things come up. We're trying to make the best possible game, and that's going to take time to address. And that's what we're here to do.
And we'll talk a little bit more about that, and obviously the development update stuff. But yeah, we're gonna find things along the way. That's the beauty of development.
Yes, and it's
sometimes
always good to find that stuff earlier than it is to find it later. And that's why we are doing this thing in a transparent process. We're showing you guys monthly updates.
Oh, and thank you, Frontier Default, for the follow
and you can
on
see
Twitch. I wonder who that is.
time happening as you're a part of this process
Thank
with
you.
us. Being able to give us feedback. And you see those little changes get made because of the feedback that the community's given us, such as the fireball animation, the
fireball was way
combat,
too much.
reworking that's going to be showed off. Like this is a cool
I'm
experience.
gonna run out of apple juice real
not
quick
just
here.
as a team developing the game, but shared with our community, you guys, because it ensures the quality of the product when it comes to market is going to be up to all of our standards and is going to make all of us proud. So we appreciate the patience, appreciate the understanding. It's a process, and you guys are with us every step of the way, and we love it.
Yeah,
People
also
want a
just
deck
wanted to
mount.
say, we're doing some really cutting edge stuff. Like, we're kind of at the bleeding edge of what technology allows for. And so, that's
You're
one of
upgrading the
reasons
Unreal
why,
Engine
stuff
weekly.
keeps changing so fast. We're kind of learning.
You are
how
on the
to
bleeding
develop
edge.
because we are pushing boundaries really, really far. So it's pretty exciting.
We have a very ambitious project. We know that. We know you all have been telling us that too. And with that also comes great responsibility, right? Y'all put
Great responsibility.
It's pressure we're putting on
Isn't
ourselves.
Spider-Man?
You selected baffled by all the freaking razor options. Good news.
Oh, that's
All
weird.
6 blade razors now come in one box so you can try both. Nice. Now add a store near you.
Well, wait a second while this stupid ad goes. It's really loud. PlayStation ad, stop it. So how's it going so far? You like the, they're kind of just talking about current updates, nothing new and exciting. I think there's a video trailer later on here in a second. Got third ad, come on. So, let's see how it goes. I'm waiting. Oh, come on, Totinos, I'm done with your ad.
We all are
There we go.
MMO gamers. At least I know the three of us are massive MMO
We
players.
love pressure.
We've been doing this for
The
years
fireball
as little
animation
kids, and
was
some of us have worked on projects that
crazy
we've been
big,
really
and
proud
it was
of,
just like blinding. If you had like 2 or 3 mages at once, or clerics or whatever, just boom, 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 you could not see anything, and it was horrible. So they fixed that. They've reduced it from what I've seen.
Steven, to first give us our studio update. Anything you
It wasn't the
want to
power;
tell
it was
us
the
about that, right?
visuals.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have continued our hiring, and we are continuing to hire. So the more you guys help us get that word out, the better. Thank you guys for that. You've been doing a great job on social media, tagging dev people and pointing them to Intrepid Studios. We need to, grow considerably more, and we'll probably be announcing a next hiring phase, I would say, around the start of summer.
Yeah, it was graphically
We
typed.
even have some
Too
type
much,
of
too much.
job fair that's virtual and physical when we get back to.
It wasn't challenging, like it wasn't taxing the computer.
We might be
Visually, you
accelerating
couldn't
that
see
timeline.
through
Originally, it was planned for
what was
July
going
1st,
on.
but it might be happening a little bit sooner. So can't wait
So
to.
excited for the new
I
studio.
know. I know.
We were supposed to be in the new studio last year.
Miss you all.
It's gonna be fun to get back in and actually talk to people in person again. I'm excited.
I don't know if
Yes.
I'm gonna be awkward even more than I already am.
Yeah,
I haven't
for
seen
sure.
people in ages.
It's gonna be weird, but it's gonna
See
be
people every day. I go to
because
work.
It has been far too long that we have not seen each other in person. With that being said, we also have finished a considerable amount of testing around problems that we saw, as I said earlier, in February. We've addressed those, and we have fixes in place for them that have been now tested.
Yeah, there's no
with the,
site tag.
Alpha 1 testers, and feel very confident on that front. Development is moving forward. We have a lot of automation testing that's being coupled with our
If you
NDA
think about it, that's
testers,
probably how it would be in
and,
real life. Well,
we're
that's
running
true.
a lot of spot testing right now. We're
Everything would just be
actually
a blaze.
from Unreal Engine version 4.25 to 4.26. I believe that was completed today, and then the rest of the studio is going to sync up starting next week. So that's a big update to the project. And I think that's the gist of
I wonder
the
what the new features are for that Unreal upgrade. I'd just be
We've
interested
got
to
a
know.
lot going on, and
Or was it
you
like
know, we're
tons
just
of
trucking
bug
along,
fixes?
getting everything going. So moving on from our studio update, we also have our design update.
Oh, yeah?
Before, because I know we're going to play a
But then-
video, we're going to show off some things.
But then
as
again,
well
if we went
as
by
a little
how
bit of
things
the
would really go,
automation
there
stuff
would be
that Steven
extreme
was
deaths
talking
with
about.
friendly. Yeah, that'd be
But,
true.
I don't know if you want to.
I know at one point they were talking about doing friendly fire.
Alpha 1 testing that has
That
been
would've been
happening so far.
Crazy.
And maybe go into what
Raid
happened in
battles would've been a
February
mess.
and why we have changed some of the dates and things on that sort on that end.
Yeah, absolutely. So I won't get too technical on what happened in February, but essentially, the means of this testing is to determine kind of both the foundational networking structure that's present in the game to facilitate high concurrencies that we want on individual world shards, as well as in kind of dense locale areas within the map. We did experience some issues that were deep in code that had to kind of get routed out and fixed, and we were able to do so obviously with the help of our Alpha 1 testers.
Well, at least
the
I
video
got
we're
it
gonna
done.
show you here in just a second. It's a short little video. We recorded it about an hour ago, but so it's not unedited, right, as usual. But we just kind of take you across to some of the areas that have been kind of reworked, introduced, show you some of the corruption stuff. We show you some of the new starting area changes. The environment team's been doing a great job in kind of updating these places, kind of stuff that hasn't been touched on the Alpha 0 island that's also incorporated in the Alpha 1 map. So starting area changes I think look very good. Lighting changes look great. The corruption areas are really cool. And then also we kind of ended off by
Show me
by
this
spawning a bunch of
corruption.
bears. Those of you who follow kind of on Reddit or see tweets about this, I accidentally fat fingered spawning some NPCs that we test with, right, to kind of test
Yeah,
server
just
stability
a
and
couple.
performance. And instead of spawning 500 bears at once for all the testers to fight, I spawned 5,000 bears. These are fully operational NPCs. They have behavior trees, they have AI blackboards, they are functioning as an NPC would. And to my surprise, to everyone's surprise actually,
It would definitely bring the
server
challenge of the
handles
game up.
quite well.
Yeah, it would.
5,000
It would,
entities
Ty.
all within a very dense area. And you'll see kind of a little bit of that here in this video. But we can discuss, I think, more of the video after everybody has an opportunity to watch it. It is in 4K, keeping in mind I am rendering it on I think a 1080 Ti on a 4K widescreen monitor. So, my FPS when I spawn all those bears, my rendering FPS goes down a little bit. But as you can see, the bears are operating quite well. But we can chat a little bit afterwards, I think.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is all work in progress. This is pre-test of Alpha.
This is all
1. This
NDA
is
stuff,
Vera,
sadly.
in its current state, so things will only get better from here.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen the photo that or the screenshot that Steven shared on Twitter, it's retweeted on our official Ashes of Creation Twitter too. But you have to see it just toast in the middle of like 5,000 bears. we lost the toast. All right, well, we'll be right back after we play a short video for you all.
All right. This is the
Hello,
goody stuff.
everyone,
This is what I want
and
to see.
welcome to another 4K video
Pre-tested
inside the world
NDA,
of Vera
damn.
with our
Yeah.
Alpha 1 pre-testing. I'm joined by our
Pre-test for
amazing
sure.
Luperza,
Jeffers.
Margaret Crone. Hey, Margaret, how you doing?
Hi, I'm excited.
Yay.
Urza.
Yeah, I noticed you're rocking the hairdo.
I know, this hairstyle is so cool. It's one of my faves.
I can't wait to see more of those. we
Jeff,
also
get
have
out of the view.
Toast.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday.
Happy
Also rocking
Friday.
my hairdo. It's just on the front of my face.
Oh yeah, you got the
That's
the
great.
beard going on.
Is that the lady beard?
I noticed you're not Tiny Toast right now.
Yeah, apparently I already had a character called Tiny Toast here, so I switched it up.
Oh, sad.
Just regular size toast.
Just regular pint-sized toast.
And then over here in the cool robes, we have Mr. Jeffers.
I'll be your mage for today.
Friday?
Oh, yeah.
Friday what,
Very
Ty?
Very nice. We fixed that black hole. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
you
yes.
know that.
Yesterday.
Really fix it?
Well, not really. We just removed the pull effect until we can actually fix
What
it.
the viewers missed earlier was Jeffers porting himself into the wall.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
pretty
true.
cool.
We rescued him. He's
I
okay
merged
now.
with the wall.
But
He's just trying to get to platform 9 3/4.
I know, and he didn't make it. It's so sad. But as you guys can see, we're here in the starting area.
This
for
starting
the,
area is so beautiful.
Alpha 1 map. And we're just going to kind of take you through and show you some of the updates that are being made. I know that we announced the delay in Alpha 1's NDA release. And there's
I know you do,
for
Ty.
that.
You got to buy a
Some
package.
stuff that we found back in February that in February's
Join
testing
me.
that was problematic, and you don't know you're going to find that stuff until you find it. So we took the better part of February and March, and we've actually fixed those things. You might have seen some updates about that.
It's a
on
great way to
Reddit
die,
or,
yeah.
in Discord, and we'll show off some stuff as we kind of run around. But let's take a look at the new starting area. I know it got some tender love and care from the environment team. Let's run around up here. Oh. You know what?
Is there more flags and torches?
I have a mount. Do you have a mount?
I do. I have a
Oh, that fox mount.
Ooh, you guys
Those
are
are cool.
foxes too.
Oh, look at this.
Where'd you guys get your foxes from?
You guys are all too close to me.
Oh.
There you go.
We should. Oh, you know what? These foxes have a really cool effect on the sitting. We should line up and sit together at the same time.
Yeah, where are you?
The worst one. Not
Did we lose Toast? I see Toast.
No, I lost
I see.
Steven.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Line up. Wait for it. Wait for it. And sit. Aww.
There we go. Look at that.
Yeah, these are great.
Oh,
I think,
animation.
Gypsy worked on this one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any of the effects yet, though. So there's gonna be
Yeah,
some
we
like,
haven't done a VFX pass on this, but it should be pretty rad.
yeah, there's
It's
gonna be
really
like
cool.
fire and stuff.
So what you're saying is
When-
it'll look even more adorable than it does now.
Pretty much.
When we were designing this, I was like, Catkins, Myers, please, can I have two tails? So I'm glad they let us put that in the design.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can walk with yours by pressing period.
I think they've really tweaked the starting area. This doesn't
Oh,
look.
I love its little walk. It's just like, what's going on? But as you guys can
This
see,
has
there's been
changed.
some significant lighting changes here in this area.
There's been
There's
significant
some work
changes
on
in
the
general.
foliage, on the trees that are available, toned
They
down
stole
some
the
of
two-tails thing from
ruins,
Tails. Sonic
rearranged
and
some of
Tails.
the tents.
Probably.
And it's starting to look pretty good in this area. Oh, there's Sergeant Landry. I just like how
Has
we're
he got a
walking.
quest for us,
Sergeant Laundry.
He will always have a
Mr.
quest.
Laundry?
Mr. Laundry.
I call him Sergeant Laundry.
Sergeant.
He was our first quest giver ever, so I think he'll always have a spot.
Aww.
Yeah.
It's like an Easter egg throwback to the original.
Let's see what his quest is. Ah, we've made it to the other side of Vera.
Uh-oh. Hold on. Gotta get rid of this stupid ad. Thanks for watching so far, guys. Appreciate it. I'm sitting here with middle-aged, overweight Sonic right now, and he's... Don't forget to subscribe. Ding ding! Or follow on Twitch or follow on Facebook. There we go.
Immediately, what is your specialty? I
There we go.
am a
Back
channel
to-
of
back
life
to
and
what
death.
we
What
need
are you
to
guys?
I'm a tank.
Oh, nice.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
It says here, you are a tank.
It says I'm a channeler of life and death. It's like, I'm tank.
I'm a tank. Hey, don't judge me.
Ours is much more flavorful.
Here, I'll do this.
I'm Tank.
Let's see. Okay, it says head down this old road, take a left, and you can't miss them. I will fight against these. What are they? Animated armors? You guys have seen this quest before.
Here we have.
Why don't we
New
we should
stuff.
take them and show them one of the new areas? Look at Jeff's just strolling.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
Which one do you want to look at, Jeff?
Let's see. There's this cool corrupted area we've been working on.
Ooh.
Show
It's
me.
looking really good right now.
Okay, so like corruption. By corruption, you mean that essentially, like some of the areas in Vera obviously have significantly more influence of corruption, and you can kind of see that in the environment itself, right?
Okay. Take
Right,
me.
it kind of wants to reach out and take control of things that are around it, so it slowly grows over time. And I think there's an area here where it's kind of made a really good purchase.
Purchase.
Let's take.
Oh,
Oh,
there's
oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't even know how I attacked you.
And PvP.
Oh no!
Murder.
Yeah, I know. I think, oh, it's because my push to talk is alt. And that's also the force attack.
Jeff was saying.
Oh, that's that.
Push attack is his dodge roll, so if you keep seeing him dodging,
Yeah,
that's
if you see me dodging around, that's because it's on control.
Well, I apologize, Toast. Yeah, Jeff, take us there. We'll port to you.
All right, let's go. Hang on.
Show us. Where you going, Steven?
I'm almost there. And hang on.
Was he flying right now?
That was not a good place.
Did you get sent to bad place?
Are you?
I got
Did you
sent
fall
to
through
that
the world?
place a few times. I keep falling to the world.
I love
Was
the
he got
lighting.
God mode
As
on
I'm
right now?
Just waiting for you to get to where you need to be. I'm kind of running.
This lighting looks fantastic.
She's pushing me.
Like,
Get some
totally
JJ
improved
Abrams
from
lens
like,
in this.
I don't know, a week ago.
All right, I'm in a
Don't
good spot now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah, the lens flare. Yeah, it is kind of cool.
All right, I'm gonna port to you.
Don't look into the light.
All right, moving to Jeffers.
On my way. Oh no.
Did they make it?
Oh
Uh-oh.
no. Oh, not
Oh,
like
no.
this. Oh no. It's okay. Hold on. Let me try it again.
Yeah, do it again.
You look
Ah!
like-
Oh,
I made it.
victory.
I made it.
Where's Jeff?
So, ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw there was under the world of Vera, there is a deep, dark place filled with water. No, just...
Water as far as the eye can see. Steven, you're going the wrong way.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh,
Oh,
Hebrew.
Toast is T-posed on her Vox.
Whoops.
Might want to
Wait, did I
dismount
find
now.
you guys? Okay.
There you go.
Oh, there he is.
All right. Where are we going? This doesn't look very
Oh,
corrupt. This looks
no,
nice.
it's not
Yeah.
Yeah, this
I'd,
does not look
lush,
corrupt.
lush,
I feel
lush
lied to.
Jungle.
I'd build a house.
So it's
over
great here. Hey, you would build. That's where I'm gonna build my
Property
house.
values are going to go down pretty quick.
Uh-oh.
I guess it depends on what you place as a value in your home.
So where are we going?
Follow Jeffers.
Huh. Some of these plants are looking a little sad.
The tail movement, the tail animation is very hypnotic.
Oh,
Oh, whoa.
Watch
What
out
is
for
this?
pretty
pretty Lily.
What's going on there?
The perfect. Oh, uh-oh.
Pretty Lily the what?
No, she does not like you.
Should probably be in a party.
Yeah, party up,
Dead?
guys.
Oh, yeah, we should be in a party. Hold on, let me invite you guys. Alright, I got Jeff. I got Toast.
There we go.
I've got Luparza.
Perla.
It is a me.
Alright, where are we going? Oh, it looks like it's getting a little...
It's a me, a
Ooh,
Mario.
Look at that.
It's kind of
This
reaching
area
out.
here, yeah.
Oh, that's new.
So now, as things progress in the world, these corrupted areas dynamically
Damn.
evolve with the progression of nodes, yeah?
Yeah, all of our POIs and kind of just the world in general can react to the node. We don't have to, but we can. And this is one of those places where as civilization grows, this will grow kind of in contest with it.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
this is cool.
Oh, are you over there killing stuff?
Oh, why are you... Oh, you're green. I thought you were red. So you...
I'm just
the,
protecting you all.
the corruption on these tree assets is really cool. Like, you can see
Oh, it's
kind
like growing out
got
of it.
some crystalline formations, but it's also like affecting the
The
ground.
veins, yeah.
That's interesting. Ooh. Okay. It's getting a little darker as we move in.
Oh, I haven't
this
seen
is
this at
creepy.
all. It's cool.
I like.
And it's supposed to grow as the
This
node
area
gets
is still
bigger?
in I mean, still being actively worked on, though, yeah.
Yeah, actively worked on. We just had a check-in with Mia, who was doing this area last Monday, and she checked all this stuff in, so we're kind of looking at it and giving her feedback.
Turn the
But we
HUD
still
up.
got a few more passes, and then I think we'll be done with this relatively soon.
Wow.
Yeah, this is creepy.
And then once
Whips and
Attack you and
shades.
restrain you.
Oh, that would be a
What's
lot.
that noise?
Oh, my note?
No,
It's the
there-
corruption.
No.
Oh, we have an
I don't know what's
untextured.
happening, but
We have an.
Ooh, a gray rock.
Like a whopping, like a whooping noise.
As you guys will see, as we said, this area is in active development, so you see
Oh,
a
you
little
keep losing the
untextured
video?
rock here.
Oh, that's
The gray box text.
The gray box texture, yeah.
one of the things I love.
yeah. I don't know. My bit rate's lower. I was testing stuff during the stream here, so who knows?
So it's like not only do things
Loading
go
my internet is
bad, they
beautiful.
also just start feeling wrong. It's pretty cool.
Very torn
Huh.
earth.
It's YouTube. My rest of my stream is pretty solid, seems.
Eat itself.
Oh my
Whatever.
Oh, we're walking
It's
on-
life.
Walking on sunshine. Hey.
Still being actively worked on.
Oh, it
Doing
looks
these
great.
trees
Oh, look at that.
ground floor.
Ooh.
There's some dungeon up
you
here.
want to?
Like pulsate.
And pulse.
Ooh, it's getting redder the deeper we go in. Ooh, another
I'm
untextured rock.
expecting a big boss over here.
Another untextured
Oh,
rock.
there's like some creepy gate over here. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Ty.
Wow, look at the. I love the rocks and the lighting.
The
Looking
real
good.
question is, what was this before?
Oh, there's some weird creature.
Is he dancing?
There's a suffering wanderer. We should kill it.
Yeah, you should.
No,
Let me,
we
hold
can't
on,
kill
let me turn my HUD back on. Well, it's suffering. We should put it out of its misery, you know? Oh, let me see if I can.
That's only
it
4
walks
plus.
so weird. No!
Well, it is. Look at that. That's cool.
What does it do?
Beating some Dutch.
Oh, yeah, we will. I thought you meant the big one over there.
Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah. Look
Greed.
at that.
Feels good.
What do we got? Okay, what about this dude?
My habit of saying greed.
Can we... He looks harder.
Yeah, he
It's
does.
definitely harder.
We try to pull...
10 plus?
I mean, we should... If it,
Yeah,
if
okay.
it's starting to... Well, let's see.
100,000 health there.
Hold on. Get off our world!
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah, he's gonna be... He's gonna
Oh my
be...
gosh.
He's gonna take a while.
He gets, like, really bad.
No.
Uh-oh.
No. Okay,
It's like these guys watch a lot of anime.
let's-
This is
let's
like anime
run.
stuff here.
Let's run. Let's go over... Let's go outside again.
Let's run.
Something that was cool, that players, you know, outside of Alpha
I
1
might have to
testers...
sacrifice myself.
No, I would just run.
gonna keep
Jump
you
on the
alive.
fox and jump.
Okay,
Um,
I'm running.
something that was cool that we did a couple weeks ago, and I posted on it on Twitter, and then I think somebody put it on Reddit as well. But I accidentally summoned 5,000. It was really an accident, honestly. I summoned 5,000
Yeah,
bears.
likely
The
story.
cool thing that happened was is that our server didn't crash, which is, you know, these are
That's true.
actual NPCs with, you know, behavior trees and a blackboard and AI.
It's a blackboard.
And even though it wasn't good on the Reddit
anyone knows,
side,
tell me.
the cool test was that the server was still operating at, you know, above 10 FPS, which is good.
No. Damn ads. So this is looking great. Like, I'm really... That looks beautiful, that combat. And they're not even nearly done, it looks like, or sounds like. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. How many of my messages does it block? Choose and that's in. The last message you said right before this one was blocked. That's it. The rest have been good. I thought they were like here. That one was blocked. There we go.
Maybe if
Yeah,
I
combat
open
looks really nice, and that's not. This isn't even
just
like
to show you guys, like,
Another
the action combat
No, no,
being
no.
implemented. This is still, or
oh, somebody's flying.
50,000.
yeah,
How'd
the
you
action
do that?
combat.
Oh my God, you're all flying. That's
I'm not
cool.
flying.
No, you're not.
That's flying on me.
That one's flying on
Yeah.
my screen.
Oh, okay. That was it looked like you guys
Maybe
like flew in.
server, like,
Yeah.
when we
All
were
right.
over there, then.
Let me show you guys. So, big part of you know, obviously of our testing is automation. You know, we have bots that we play with. We have actual testers that jump in, the Alpha 1
Yeah.
testers, and then we also can summon bears. Let me summon some bears.
How many bears you getting to summon, champ?
It was pretty funny though. Toast got lost in all the bears.
Really?
Such a good screenshot. And I took another screenshot, and you can just see bears for like miles up a hill. It's crazy.
There we go. I summoned some bears. 10 of them.
Hi, Bears.
Then murder them.
So
Oh, it's
you,
not 5,000.
no, just 10. I just wanted to show how the 10 of them appear. And now let me summon some. Yeah, you can go on. Here, go ahead.
Murder.
Yeah, they have behaviors, so. Yeah,
Oh, that guy was easy to kill.
I think they're all
There you go.
fairly easy.
Ooh, poor bear. No, not really. Kill him.
These are just little,
Yeah.
little one boys.
Ooh,
All right, here, let me summon a few more.
like 100. 100.
You.
I'm gonna summon 100 now.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, I don't know if we can actually. They're aggroing.
Just AoE.
Flee!
AoE, what kind of game are you?
Okay,
AoE.
wait, let me summon a few more. Summon a few.
1,000.
Oh,
Oh.
wait, they're loading in. They're loading in. Oh no! I summoned 1,000.
Hey, it's working.
I summoned 1,000. Ah!
I don't even know.
I can't even get out of here.
Why?
So you're seeing, there's 1,000 bears that my computer's rendering right now at 4K. My
that's
frames are
good.
dropping a little bit, but on the server, they're all still acting and reacting.
Oh.
Oh my gosh! And I'm dead.
Yeah, they nuked you.
Oh no! Let me respawn.
They did not
Let me
like
come back
that
and I'll
at
summon a
all.
few more thousand.
Oh my goodness.
Jeff, it looks like you're dying.
No, boo boo.
Taking
Yogi.
Yeah, we're
No,
just.
they took everything.
I'm trying to stay near toast. Protect the toast.
Oh, Jeff. Oh no. I spawned pretty far away from you guys though.
You can move to us.
But I think we could talk a little bit more
Boo-boo.
obviously about this on stream. It's getting, what time is it? Oh no, we have the stream in 45 minutes.
You better hurry.
So we'll talk a little bit more about testing automation. Hope you guys enjoyed a little look again inside of Vera. Obviously, we're going to be showing a lot more as testing continues forward and leading up to the NDA release. But we will see you guys back on stream.
Oh boy.
See ya, everybody.
Bye.
Come on.
And we're back. We'll just play the video on the side. We'll sweet chat. Steven's
So,
summoning all the
as-
bears on us.
I know. So
We
as you
barely
guys
got out
saw,
of there alive.
Nice. It was a
I
bit
love all the bear
unbearable.
puns. Yeah.
Bearable. Oh my god, these
But as you
puns.
guys saw at the end there, those are actual NPCs, 1,000 plus of them, and we can even get it higher at at the stage that we're at right now. That is a very significant achievement.
I would say so.
Particularly in Unreal Engine 4 for an MMORPG. That's a pretty big achievement.
Ranger Smith is boo boo.
Kudos
He's
to the
bleeding
Shepherd
out.
team on getting the server able to handle that, especially
Boo Boo's dead.
testing at, when we had the 5,000 bears, we also had hundreds of players as well.
Oh, no, Yogi's
And
dead.
we're still operating at a
No one cares about
performance
Yogi.
server side. So that was very cool to see.
Yeah. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about on that front? But of course, I know we also want to talk a little bit more about our progress towards Alpha 1 on other ends. I know, Jeff, your team has definitely been working on different systems and all kinds of combat. I know combat is one of the things that people are most curious about because I know there's
Yes.
going to be some massive changes.
It's
coming
like
to
most of the
combat.
game.
Yeah, combat's a big push for us right now. What will actually be shown in Alpha 1 is a little bit in flux. We're trying to, we basically have gotten a brand new tool that allows us to author abilities both faster and then also have those abilities act more responsibly than the system that we're using right now. So
Okay.
the connection between your character and what your character is doing is going to feel a lot better once we make this conversion, especially when it comes to all the abilities. Then on top of that, we've got a whole separate branch of combat prototype things that we're trying.
Like what?
And we're going to be playtesting those internally to see how they feel and kind of get
No,
a
put
sense
'em on
of
the
what we wanna
alpha.
bring over to the live game.
Well,
So there's a
well,
bunch of
people
very
alpha, people alpha.
weird stuff, cool stuff, awesome stuff that we're all just trying out, throwing on the wall to see if it works. And for the things that do work and that the people who are playtesting it give like, hey, this is really fun, I really like this, we'll incorporate that into what's going on with the live game, and then that'll kind of make it live. And sort of as that feedback rolls through, that's going to be kind of gauge like the rate at which we get it into the test. So not entirely sure exactly how much of that.
How many
will be in it. It's
tunes
possible
and
that
NPCs do you think it's going to be
we
before it
can
causes a
none of
problem with
those
lag and
things.
stuff?
So,
That's pretty-
um,
I don't
it
know,
just depends on
Ty.
kind of where we're at, and kind of the
They're
feedback
pushing
we
for
get. So
really,
that's kind of where we're at on the
really
content side.
high
Yeah.
numbers here.
And it's important to note, as we kind of introduce
They
these
want to have like
combat,
10,000 people per
components,
server
all that's going to be
players
tested and
for the
collected.
population. I
That,
think
as Jeff said, some might make it through, some might not. But the
I
important
could
thing is
I could see there being battles of
we
500 versus
understand
500,
the
honestly,
absolute
if
importance
not
of
more.
combat, because it is the most tactile and interfaced thing that you do as a player in the game, right? It is relevant and everywhere. So the great thing that what we're doing is we're incorporating you guys as the community as part of that feedback system, so that we can continue to cater and adjust what needs to be adjusted. So you're not going to see just a full thrown combat system. Oh, this is a brand new combat system. Everything's there. It's going to be rolled out little by little.
Well, that's
You're
fine.
going to see these things get implemented little by little. You're going to have an opportunity to kind of provide feedback on that front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make it grow.
Like Steven said, like, this is the thing most people touch the most often, and it really needs to feel good. And it's a big thing that I care a lot about. And so we're going to spend a lot of time doing it. It's not going to come out of the box perfect, but it should be a pretty big improvement. And then we'll continue to make, continual refinements as we move forward. We've got a long way to go there. And then there's a lot of other things that kind of depend on that too. So the quicker we find those answers, the better for our project.
Absolutely. And then some
Okay.
other stuff that you guys saw in here. Obviously, the world is constantly being updated. It is constantly being moved forward. You can just see that in looking back, in the videos we've had over the last
Yeah,
couple of years.
they've advanced a lot
of the game, that things are always changing. So you're
I'm
going to
pretty
continue
happy
to
with
see
it.
that even, as soon as next month. Was next month? What is it, April? We're still in
Next
March
month's
right
May.
now. Yeah. So you're going to see that, as we continue to show footage next month, and in May when we drop the NDA, you're going to see a lot of these areas get some cool updates and some changes incorporated.
Can't wait for May 14th. I really
And then we're
can't.
also
I
just
want to
working on
stream
some
the hell out of
content,
this.
like you saw in the video. There's a kind of redone that whole starting area where that portal is. And the entire population of that area was going to shift a little bit. It's going to be kind of similar, but we're adding a bunch of new quests and probably some internal dungeon spaces in that area. And so it should be.
Okay.
There's going to be a lot more content for folks to kind of participate in that part of it. We want that first experience to be a little bit better than what it is right now, and get people their feet wet. We've had a lot of people who've been playing the game kind of understand how it works, but there's going to be a lot of new people who haven't ever touched it, so we want to make sure that their experience is pretty smooth. But do keep in mind it's still an alpha, and there's going to be a lot of rough edges to a lot of things. So
yeah, and just to give even a little bit more context, real quick, kind of last point here. With regards to the bears, those bears and what they're doing kind of on the server, that's a lot of traffic and processes that are being computed. Like these bears, they have behavior state changes, they have hate lists, they have aggros, they need to replicate their position, they need to understand all the player positions, they have ability casts that they do with their attacks, they're doing damage that's going to set back forth. I mean, this is a lot of information that is being had on the server side. So while what you're seeing now, it looked a little bit rough, there's a considerable amount of time for us to fine tune and optimize that even further. The fact, though, that at this stage, the numbers we're seeing and are able to accomplish, that bodes very well for the types of battles that we want to have in the future, the types of concurrencies, the types of, just putting that massive back into massively multiplayer. These are the things that we strive for on a technical side, because from a design point of view, these are the types of encounters we want.
Oh, look, David, my delivery.
Big bird. Jesus Christ. Well, how are you guys liking it so far? I mean, it's pretty cool. I want to hear what he finishes talking about the combat and stuff. But I really look forward to Castle Sieges. Castle Sieges are going to be the shit. They really are. I cannot wait.
And not have to be segregated out into just 100 player chunks, right? That I think is going to be a very fun aspect of Ashes.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty awesome to see that, like from my perspective, right? I don't think I've ever been a part of a game that has been able to do something like that. You know, it's not just server optimization, but it's network optimization as well, right? Like
True.
there's a lot of stuff that goes into making 1,000 characters on the screen work like that in an MMO contest. It's a little bit different when it's just a client-side single-player game, but when you're talking about, you know, a game that is, you know, server authoritative and all that stuff is running on the server, like that's really cool to see happen, like to see it live. It's when I saw that, when I saw the bear event, like my mind was blown. I did not
Perfect.
think that we'd
There needs to be a bear event in the game,
so it's pretty awesome.
like to homage this moment.
And there have been people asking questions in regards to the content that you're talking about. Will there be dungeons and raids and things of that sort for them to test in alpha as well?
I mean, there'll be some, right?
Yes.
It's not going to be a full, you know, world experience. We have, I think, something on the order of like 6 or 7 dungeons. One of them is what I would call like semi-raid level. You could probably roll through with less than that, just given the tuning on it. We've got one world boss that is going to be raid level, so it's a true 40-person raid boss.
Okay.
And it's probably going to be pretty challenging to defeat. I'm not sure if it will be defeated during this alpha,
Really?
but we'll see. There's a couple of
Just started watching a time ago, but I
bosses
saw
which
most
are
of the live stream yesterday. Would you mind telling me who you are in the context of Ashes, like you play and stream
there
it?
will be a dungeon
Yeah,
experience.
Falcon.
It will be, kind of a raid-ish
I
experience,
plan
and all
to
that stuff
stream
takes a lot
it
of time to really
frequently.
Yeah.
I've been following this
and so
game
we've
pretty
got a
much
handful of those things
pretty much since the Kickstarter launch, a little bit beforehand.
Yeah, and just to touch on that a little bit further.
I'm currently a Leader of Men backer, so that'll tell you how
You know, I said I was
like
going to be considering opening
my
up Alpha One
access to
sales
the
again
testing is.
if we hit a certain.
But yeah, no, I'm fully into this, and I plan to stream
It
this.
is looking very good.
Pretty
that that's going to be the
consistently.
case here next month. We're going to evaluate
I mean,
internally.
Up until launch and well
the
after
testing
launch,
that
I've got a
over the
guild
past couple of weeks
I'm
have
working
been
on
very,
building
very,
and stuff like
happy
that.
to
So
see,
I'm going to be doing
where
this
we've gotten
frequently.
to overcome those February obstacles, and we'll be considering opening Alpha One sales again. And
Thanks for asking, though.
you know, when we talk about what this experience for Alpha One is going to be, that month-long experience, it is.
Thanks, Falcon, for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate it.
You know, I just want to make sure I preface this for anybody.
Yeah,
who's
I'm
considering,
eagerly awaiting for this game to
right,
come out.
when we do open up Alpha One again, participating, you know, you essentially are a tester. You're like a QA tester. you're jumping in here. You're giving us the data that we need. You're providing us with warm bodies to kind of run through and give us a you know, a look at our technical underside, making sure that you know, we're hitting the beats we need to hit. It is not intended to be a game experience. It is not intended to be.
What's
a,
your
you know, fully fledged content
Falcon? Have you been
experience.
following
So
this
keep
game
that
for a
in mind.
while, or
You're really. The alpha testers we have
are you
now
fresh
put in
to it per se?
and we are super appreciative of them. I mean,
Same, I
as
won't
a
have a
studio, as
ton
a
of time to
project, as a
play
game,
until I
you
get
guys
out
as a
of high school, though,
community
so I
should
will
appreciate
mainly be
what
watching
you're
streamers
doing
and
because
YouTube before I
it
dive
is
in.
instrumental
Oh, nice, Falcon.
in
That's cool.
us being able to fine-tune what needs to be fine-tuned and finding the issues earlier rather than later.
I remember when I was in high school
piece
and
of the puzzle. So
playing
just
MMOs
keep that in
daily,
mind,
coming
a
home,
fair,
doing schoolwork, and
consumer warning.
gaming the rest of the night
Yeah,
till
it's like we're putting enough content to
passed out at
there's
midnight.
stuff that's interesting for you guys to do while you're
I
testing,
loved it.
but it's not a focus. It's not. We don't expect you to be testing the content outside of like, does the content function, right?
Right.
And that's sort of
Does the content
what it's
function?
there for. It's
Well,
it's
half
there
the time.
to give you guys something to do to occupy yourselves while you are doing that testing, but not too many steps further than that.
Absolutely.
And I think the other question that I see often in regards to Alpha One is about like artisan stuff and like harvesting and things on the crafting end.
Yeah.
What kind of things they'll get to experience in Alpha One in regards to that.
So that's super rudimentary. The crafting system is a huge system. Excuse me. I mean, it incorporates more than just crafting. Right?
Please tell me.
It's economic and resource and gathering, the processing systems that touch all the building components and the freehold systems and you know, those blueprints, and then there's the crafting recipes and the crafting stations that are tied into the node system. That's a very large system. Probably 90% of that is not online in Alpha 1. The core
That's-
basics
I
of
wouldn't
what
suspect
crafting
that.
represents as a gameplay loop, that is represented. So that means that there are gatherables out there. You will have to have tools in order to service those gatherables. There will be processing that's necessary, and then there's crafting stations that are available and can be constructed by the players. This is an Alpha 1. You have to collect the recipes, you have to collect the materials, and you have to refine the materials, and then you have to create the reagents, and then use those to kind of create the final crafting component that you're trying to create. So that in and of itself is present.
I can't wait for crafting in this game. I'll be honest, I bought a second account just to craft.
Crafting puzzle for Alpha 2 and betas.
And for an extra freehold to craft.
I would say, like, kind of similarly, like, the economy is not really ready to go yet, right? Like, we have an economy, but it's not really going to be reflective of the final, like, how the economy is going to work. It'll work for Alpha 1, and there'll be plenty of things to trade and buy and exchange, but it's not going to be really super representative of what the final state is. So keep that in mind as well. It's a stubbed-in system. It's not a complete or really.
Well, I've seen the game
system
with
at
a
all.
lot more work.
Yeah, speaking of economy,
That
kind
they're
of
open about
bringing
everything
that
gives me into an
into,
account.
like, the node system. I know we've also had a lot of questions in regards to Alpha 1 and how far they'll be able to progress a node and the process of that.
Yeah, how
like,
far?
How far along that's going to be for them.
And I'll answer
when
Phil.
they're testing that.
Yeah, so nodes during Alpha 1 will be capable of advancing to stage 3.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the village stage. That's when the government systems come online.
We've kind of seen that already.
Building.
Yeah, no, their openness in this project has been totally, like, Falcon. It's just mind-blowing compared to any other MMO or game that I've ever been a part of, really. Besides some, like, indie games and stuff like that. I mean, even when they had their misstep with the Apocalypse Battle Royale game, where that kind of fizzled out. Good idea, but also didn't follow through properly, so that, you know, they were open about it. So, yeah, crafting looks sick, especially because of how much they plan. Yeah, crafting is going to be amazing in this game. It's going to be. Star Wars Galaxies is my pinnacle for crafting in MMOs, personally, just from my experience. I think this is going to match or superior to it. I really am. I can't wait. My little boy is even excited. He wants to be a weaponsmith or an armor smith, and that's all he wants to. He said that's all he wants to do. He doesn't even want to fight. He just wants to make armor for people. Which I thought was kind of funny. I'm like, all right, you could be the shop owner then.
Additional POIs with additional content and quest lines, with additional quest hooks. How we propagate the town, city, and metropolis style buildings. And
so I'm our guild leader, and I usually focus on I'm always a tank trying to lead the raids and stuff, and I just like to be like a beefy brick wall that just takes damage. So I'm probably going to be a tank and just double down on that strength and just being a wall and just standing there and taking everything. That's my goal.
It's not content.
What's your class? And yes, little boy will be playing with me. I got my old PC right next to me here. He'll be on. He streams with me sometimes too. So.
Taylor, Trad, Chris, Brian, Jeff.
What do you think your subclass is going to be?
Job on the content front, so keep up the great.
If Ranger's your main one.
You started saying the names, then you got to say them all.
Not sure. Okay.
Doug.
Cool.
Doug just joined as well.
Yeah.
And Corey as well.
Yeah, I want to see what like Necromancer is,
right,
and like how Bard plays to really figure out my final, because those might be interesting to like pair with other things.
I wanted to share with you all. So first up, we have a couple different objects.
I'm looking at a few. I'll check my list.
Bones there.
Oh wow, that's dark.
Yeah, I usually have like my main character's a tank. My second one is a healer. Always the support roles, and then third and the rest are just DPS. But with Bard being a support character, where it's a buffer, that might be my third, because I also like to just.
Some of these you've seen
I like to help the team.
art that I showed in previous months.
Maybe a Bard cleric and heal.
So you might recognize.
Buff heal.
They've
I
been
don't
doing
know.
a really
We'll
great
see.
job of making. I think Jeff mentioned this in our previous dev update. Was that when you look at the concept art versus the actual in-game, it's almost a replica.
One
it's
for
crazy.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
these are
good.
all examples of Slayborn architecture. Those are the corrupted bird people. I think we referenced a long time ago in some of our older live streams.
It has been a long time.
And that's one of the tribes called the Satari.
And then we're going in.
Hold on. We'll get back to this in a second. But yeah, no. Speaking of the image of the boats, I can't wait for Naval Combat 2. It's gonna be fun to have a little dinky boat on the sea, and then hopefully like a guild will come up. You can wreck them or like beat up caravans. Or I want to get control of a node on the sea, so I can have easy access to launch my boats, and just to get out there and just oh man, that'd be so much fun. Just go out there and like rule the seas. That'd be my life. My top 3 subs are Hawkeye, Scout, and Falconer. Subs? Oh, I'd have to look up what those combos are. Which I can do that before the thing. Ashes, classes. Alright, we're back.
Pieces.
Yeah, I'm hoping next month
There we
we'll
go.
show off some of the shipwreck / pirate cove.
If they do sea content right, the game will be so good. Yeah, I think they will. I really think they will.
Everybody's excited about
Ranger,
that.
Ranger Rogue, and Ranger. Oh, okay, cool. Thank
Speaking
you.
of which, we
Ranger
have
Summoner
some
might be
pirate
good
stuff
too,
that's
especially with the
gonna show up.
Falconeer. If you do actually summon a falcon or a bird to fight with
Here we
you,
have some location
that'd be fun.
updates.
But that's also that's like a combo with the Summoner and it's like a Necromancer kind of deal. I think is how they described it, maybe.
Grassy lands.
So
the
you can see
mountains
those
that
are
Sophie's
all
from.
the portal revamp area. So this is all, if you could picture the ruins, it might, oh, that's different now.
Yeah, now
Sorry,
it's
I'm like
going
15
to the,
seconds behind.
Yeah, now it's going to the cove stuff. Yeah.
Oh, this cove stuff looks beautiful too. And the water in the game looked like they did a great
We have
upgrade.
a fly-through video of the pirate.
Yeah, some of these classes might be worth a second account just to try for, but yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how many characters we're gonna get per account. I mean, if it's the old school Star Wars Galaxies, like you can only have, well, originally it was only 1 character per account, and then with the NG they allow 2 per account. I know you can only get 1
Yeah, I love it.
freehold per server per account.
Just keeps getting.
So that's why I'm getting 2 accounts for myself, and then my son's getting the 3rd account. So we're gonna kind of monopolize the freehold.
Festivals and stuff too, decorating all the towns, and obviously.
But yeah,
this is one
I
that
hope
we
they have
saw
alts. We can at
just
least
working
get 1
on
alt
this.
per account because that'd be
This is the
perfect.
area that we saw in game.
Even though there's 64 options or something.
Yeah,
the art's great in this game. It
so
really
that's a
is.
cool component, obviously, of how the world.
Even some of the art, like even some of the visuals that aren't finished, but are kind of like bland. You can tell there's no texture too much. It still looks good.
And infest the lands.
Like this area looks brand new.
Gonna be
I think that's a concept, or is it real? I don't know.
Kind of are driven based on player progression within the world, and these sources of evil need to be addressed by the players, or
Sources
they'll
of
grow
evil.
out of hand.
Yep,
And
as
then
the
we
world
have-
levels up, as the players level up, the world levels up around them.
And this is a little fly-through.
That'll be fun.
From the engine of the.
There's a
pirate.
boat in the background you can kind of see. I hope they pan it. I think that's going to be like the starter boat for everybody, which I think is a perfect size for like
Actually, dynamic POI
a single person to pilot and kind of control and go around with.
So this is kind of its final
Yeah,
stage.
here it is. It's kind of beat up, so it might just be an NPC boat type
That's one of the
deal.
Cool, core functions of these points of interest across the world is that dynamic.
Yeah, exactly, Falcon.
As the world
That
grows,
rock
these
looked like
points of
it
interest grow.
could have been fine.
Additional,
Like, I know it was gray, they could have thrown some brown on it, but like,
additional monsters
it looked okay for the most part.
and leaders and quest hooks, all of these things start to grow with the world, and that's part of our trying to achieve that living.
They like
breathing
pig roasts, I notice a lot.
buzzwords
They're
that we've
everywhere in
used
this
past, but
game.
really haven't quite been, I think, realized in a lot of our.
I know it's like an
experiences as
easy
players.
filler item that every
And,
camp would have, but
it creates obviously.
they
a
should
lot
put
of fun,
lizards on it and different other animals
it's
that are
hard.
local.
It's very hard, but the philosophy I think that we hold is the more sandbox elements you provide players, the more choice, the more impact they have over the world, really, that is a direct correlation to the amount of content that has to be then presented back to the player, because there's no point in opening a door if there's nothing behind the door. You have to have, if you're going to provide multiple doors to the players, you got to have multiple things behind the doors. So
True.
you know, that's
True,
obviously
true.
part of our big task, our big job. A lot of pressure on the design
That
team,
apple
and the
juice,
art
that's no
teams,
good.
you know, to
Man, the
surface
environment is
that
gorgeous.
content.
Yeah, Ty, it
I think
is.
what
It's
it
great.
creates is a very compelling,
It really is.
immersive and reactive world that
Some of their
really
last
doesn't lose
videos,
a lot
like
of
they did the
time.
environment walkthrough, it was kind of like,
sometimes you
whatever.
guys, see a
This
lot
is
of
like
art,
seeing it
and you don't get to
complete.
see a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that like the design team
Really
is
just
working on,
shows
the
it all.
engineering team is working on. I feel bad because the engineering team
Yeah,
sent me some
Tomb
stuff
Raider.
that they
That's a
wanted to
good.
share,
That's a
but I'm
good
like,
comparison.
that's not really stuff we want to show people because you know we have to think about security too. So I think like that's the other side of it too, is that you know you don't get to see the behind the scenes of how the systems are created and like necessarily the little tiny bits on that front for security purposes. You know, we try to show it once it's in a more like a user facing way is the best way to explain it. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to note that from a visual standpoint, everything you ever see that we show you in game has code and engineers behind the screen.
Yes. And I think someone in
Obviously.
chat had
Couldn't do it
asked about
without
like
them.
Yeah.
optimization, and that goes into everything that we're doing, right? Like that's constantly something that we're worrying about is optimization and performance.
Look at that water.
Yeah, this game will live or die based on its optimizations.
Absolutely.
Live
And
or
we are
die.
making great
Well.
strides on that already, and that's obviously the purpose of us incorporating you guys into the testing, you know, as early as possible, even when it's not in that state that is representative of what people might be accustomed to from other projects. With Alpha, it's because that optimization, that vetting of our technology is very integral to our design philosophy as well, right?
Use a
We wanna
64
have
class
that
and words
massive
about balance because
engagement, so
people
we
find new
need
things to do with
start
classes. So like there.
optimizing and testing as early as possible.
All right. Gonna move on to
Yeah,
character stuff.
any game with a lot of classes, and I've referenced Star Wars Galaxies already, but they had a ton of classes at launch.
Moving on to
Kids want to ride motor
So
scooter.
you
All right,
may
Ty,
have seen
have a
the
good one, buddy.
Harvest Guard before. This was
But having a lot of
November 20
classes will always make it so they rotate
Still Soul Pate
what the
played
flavor of the
this
month
December
is.
2020, I think.
So, how do I say it?
Some Valoon plate,
Oh
which I
my
think
gosh,
this
that's
is.
the
It'll
first
keep
time
people
I've seen
changing
the,
classes, so that way hopefully
They're
not
still
one
cool.
becomes dominant for like 3
It's a new run
years.
of show, too.
It's always like,
Yes.
oh, this is
I
the
put
flavor
mine
right now
together.
because this was the flavor last month. It's a counter, and hopefully
Got
keeps
it.
tweaking it as long as nothing becomes
Ran
permanently
past the
prominent.
except for a second.
It's like a what do you call
We
it?
should be good, ideally.
A slideshow.
Oh, there we go.
But I think they
Wow.
can do it. I really think that these guys know what
That's
they're
looking
doing.
good.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the
It's not even
tools
done.
with the
It's
Unreal
like,
Engine
Oh, that's
to
a
do
work
it.
in progress. Yeah, yeah, it looks good.
Right.
That is a nice
And
piece
then
of
we
armor.
have a turntable of the Valoon.
Very like Middle Eastern.
Plate as well.
Nice.
Kinda, yeah, Falcon. I think they kind of said that your secondary class you can change by doing a quest, like a small
Now,
quest.
this
So
is
it's
an-
not like it's something you can do like, you know, you can't use an item from the item shop. You have to do a quest,
This one
resets your
this is a
secondary,
progression plate.
and then
So
you
this was
can
not a cosmetic. This is in-game,
pick what you want. Because your
level
secondary
10
just
through
augments
20,
your
I
main
believe,
skills
right?
and adds bonuses to it
Level
passively.
10, 15, yeah.
So it's not like
10 to
you
15,
have to redo your
this is
skill
an
tree
example of some
necessarily each
plate
time.
armor,
It's just what your
that
passes
players
are in the
can achieve
background. But you
inside
probably
the
would
game,
want to do your
just
skill
give
tree
you guys
over.
comparisons at those tiers.
All right. And we have some creatures from our lovely character.
Creatures? Oh, eyeball!
Eyeball beholder.
What is that? Is that
Little
Doom?
tiny eyeballs on the back.
He's
Anybody
not a
who doesn't like
beholder, though.
eyeballs is
That's
not
a-
going to enjoy this.
Yeah, don't say the B
don't
word.
say the B word. That's a D&D thing.
I know.
But
Well, there's
Yeah, because in 8 classes
he's a
becomes easier to
different
balance when
character.
people
He's
can
like
just
a-
swap.
he's
Yeah,
like a
yeah, that's true. It
tadpole
will be easier.
Um,
Yeah, what the hell is with this
watchable.
eye? That looks freepy. That's gonna be some corruption like
and then we've got
villain or
this
something.
one, which I don't even
Oh.
know what this thing is, but I love it.
So that's a big dude.
It's a
And
big dude.
A
the
really big
idea,
dude.
it's a really big dude. And the idea behind him is you're going to see big monsters. I think the character comes up to like his elbow, maybe.
Really?
Just beneath the elbow.
That's huge then.
I'm not sure, but you're gonna see these big elites kind of just roaming and wandering through the world, right? They're not assigned to any particular hunting ground. They just kind of
Wander?
they just kind of roam. And
Oh,
I think
that's
that
beautiful.
component is pretty cool, especially when you have an open world, right, where you can see something unique that's not matching kind of the monsters you're hunting in a certain area, but just strolls by, and you're like, gotta call your friends and like, oh my god, let's get this thing.
And then you don't.
I'm gonna get. Yeah, really, that thing's gonna crush
It's
you.
sick. I'm excited.
It looks cool. I like the. I like how like it's
body structure too.
made out of wood almost, and it's natural.
Very
I don't know if it's like it's actually made out of wood or if it's been dormant somewhere that
I'm
it's
sure
been
Justin
grown
is
on.
the most excited because you guys get to make the BI for all of them, pretty much.
Yeah, the whole process of making an NPC is a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun design work that goes into it.
Maybe
So
we could show
this is like
the
stage one.
maybe we can show like the progress. Do like a video on that, like.
Just like I don't wanna.
We could try, yeah. The problem is a lot of that stuff happens like on in a Word document, right? So
Yeah.
we kind of like.
Looks like a mix between an Ent from Lotra. Yeah, it is.
Let's get this
Oh my god, bad time for an ad. But yeah, no, that does look exactly like you said, an Ent from Lotro or Lord of the Rings. I know why I say Lotro. It's not online. And a dinosaur. I mean, it's got that ram head, but then it looks like it's got weird like big chompers at the bottom. That's a weird, but it also looks like it has like a not a human face, but like a character face, like something that you could talk with and interact with almost. That looks cool. That really does. But we'll have to see how that goes, especially if they're going to have a bunch of these, like different styles that randomly spawn in the world and just roam around. Especially if they could get it so they're not on a guaranteed path. Like, I could see them like spawning and then it just does a loop around some roads or something or some area. But if you get it so it has a free roaming area that it'll spawn randomly and can go anywhere, that'd be perfect.
A conversation about like
Recording
we'll do
a
it,
brainstorm
the whole
thing.
design process of an NPC on paper, and that would be kind of fun, maybe.
I know we want to do the Dev Diary series again, but that kind of.
I wonder if any of the
requires
Wanderers would be
together.
aggressive by default.
So that would definitely be something that would.
Oh
be
man,
really
I bet you in
good.
high level nodes they'll be aggressive because maybe they don't like the
Because I definitely
they don't like people around or something like that. They've had thousands and thousands of years of, or however many years it's been since everyone left
Go
Terra.
check them out. They're over on our
They
YouTube
probably
channel.
get pissed if a Metropolis popped up. We're like, oh, I gotta destroy this. Maybe it'll be one of those node events
buildings, how we
where
collect
like
weapons,
you hit level 6 and then a bunch of these get mad and attack your Metropolis, and you gotta defend it against these or some of these. I think that'd be
Have
perfect.
something else you want to mention? No. All right,
Q&A,
let's do it.
Q&A.
Q&A. All right.
Q&A,
The first question
Q&A.
is from Leolani or Liolani. I apologize if I say anyone's names wrong. This is from the forums, and this is about cameras. How do you plan to balance the action camera to make it as viable as tab? Which often offers more control over visibility, such as looking
True.
behind you?
But isn't the bonus?
That's a tough one. I think the way we tackle that is the easiness of switching back and forth. But essentially, I mean, the definition of an action camera is that it's tied to the directional of your reticle, right? So there's components that we have applied, like such as how to deploy templated AoE attacks and having that work off of your cursor or your reticle for ease. You can vary out the zoom distance even when you're in action mode, and that'll give you a broader surveillance of the area around you. But essentially, that camera movement in action mode is
First thing I'm gonna do is find out how to
center screen.
tweak the camera distance in the files, which I've done in many games, and just zoom out so I can see like the entire world. I know it's a cheat, but man, it's nice.
Position, or there'll likely be a.
There are three main make or break things for me in this game: combat, leveling, and constant activity. You don't want to get bored. No, I hear you on that one.
camera movement that we might.
Leveling,
Thoughts on that?
leveling is
I know. I was actually
usually a
gonna say
big
that
thing
the,
for me. It sounds like leveling is going to be
side was
slower in
really
this game than
similar,
most,
where, you had that reverse
which is
look,
whatever.
and
But
that's something that you can do. Also, just
combat, yeah, combat sucks. Well, that's it for the game for sure. But also for me, it's crafting. If crafting doesn't have anything,
right, it's probably not going to be
like
the
it's
one-to-one,
like a
all
flat.
the advantages
Like
of tab are gonna
once
be
you
all
hit
the
level
advantages
50,
that
the
that
max.
has, right?
Am I going to have any reason to craft anything for lobies? Like
the hope is
that's
that
ruined. If I don't, then it's ruined.
and they kind of play their
As long as
way.
crafting is constantly being used,
And with those strengths
updated,
and
everything like that,
weaknesses,
I'll be happy.
that's the hope.
And if the community is good, like community features, and I can have a big guild and stuff like that, that'll be part of the constant activity for me. Like I love socializing with guildies. I'll do that all day long.
I have in storage in
I love running I used to run forums for my old guild. I got Discord going and stuff like that. So having constant activity within a guild is what keeps me around. Then I can build around that. Raids, PvP events, stuff like that.
Not super painful. Be a little bit painful. You should
Yeah.
probably be mad at your mayor for that, but
Maybe you should vote them out.
Yeah, vote them out.
Vote for a new mayor. All right, our next question is from Talents and Chaos Factor, and they want to know about legendary equipment.
What
Roughly
about
how much stronger might we expect legendary equipment to be over the rarity tier beneath it?
that's a thing we still have to answer, right? Once we start playing with the
A bounty hunter system? Yeah,
to something, it probably won't be.
if it's
they won't
Galaxy
go
style,
best in slot, or they might
which
do
I thought
things
was a
that
pretty
other
simple one. You
weapons
get killed by
can't
somebody, you put money on their head,
thing,
someone
to
goes to a
advantage that
terminal,
way. There's a lot
gets
of
the
different
bounty,
ways
and
to play
then
with it.
uses
But at the end of
devices
day,
to
we
track
still
the enemy,
need
the
to
player.
be
That was simple and forward, and that was
a little
fun.
bit of parity or-
I made a bounty hunter
not
just to
parity,
hunt
but,
people down in that game. It was great.
It's not going to be exclusive.
I think in
right?
this one, everyone's going to
It'll
be
give you
able
an
to bounty
advantage, but
hunt,
it's not going to be.
and you can buy like scrolls and stuff to
necessarily,
track people, which I think will be fun. Or maybe if
Yeah, I would
you're
say,
a scout, you get a bonus,
you know,
stuff like that.
We don't want to hold to these numbers. 'Cause
That'll
it's
be interesting though. But it also could be used as
testing.
briefing, so there's kind of a
It's passes that'll be done.
fine
for
line
testing.
there.
But traditionally, if you see progress from one rarity step to the next up, you're gonna.
But bounty hunting should be good, and it should be a good way to make money too.
12% increase
I think
just on base stat.
I think a mercenary guild
so
is going to be great in this game.
You know that's something
Where you're a guild
again,
for
that's something
hire,
kinda
and you
tested
just
in
wander
regards,
around, and if like a guild,
generally around
like
that area.
someone can hire you to help attack a node, or defend a node, or a castle by whatever, or defend my caravan. I think you can make a lot of money, and it'd be a really fun aspect to be a
Right.
Items they want them to feel.
not necessarily roleplay, but to be a merc guild.
Oh, I think this next question is a life in symmetry, and they wanted to know about taming. Will I be unable to tame a monster in the wild that has the same appearance as a cosmetic mount / pet?
So I mean, there's going to be a wide arcing range of tameable.
Yeah, because this would be
animals
something that would
exist
keep
in
me
the
from
wild.
getting bored. Because when I
Some of
finish,
those
what am I working on?
Variants.
I can go hunt some.
From at
Yeah,
least
you can
a
hunt
cosmetic perspective,
corrupted. I mean, it's the purple tag
taming.
right now, I think.
Um,
But
essentially,
I mean, that'll
kind
be.
of look at that taming
Yeah, I
system,
guess
this
red.
is
Yeah,
gonna be,
over
again,
time,
a
as people
progression
become
system
more and
that
more
players are
corrupted
going to
from
have
player
to,
killing, they might have a
accelerate
natural
to
bounty on them, and you could get
ability
like
to tame certain,
anti-corruption
exotic
points or
creatures,
something. I don't
which
know.
might be those
Or if people put a
And when
bounty,
you're
you
talking
make
about
money.
cosmetics, you're not talking
You know,
about
it gives
the
you something to do.
cosmetics you're talking that are exclusive. You're talking.
I think people are always going to be doing stuff in this game to grow their node that they're a part of, grow their guild, and then
people will
Yeah.
capture a castle and
Alright,
conquer a
next question
castle,
is from
and then control it.
about
I mean,
node
that's my
advancement.
goal in the game is
When a node
have a good
advances to
guild,
stage 3 village,
own a
it
node,
enters
and
the
then own a
21
castle.
day
Those are my
stage
3 goals in this game.
21
That's like
day
my
siege lockout period.
end
What
goals,
happens
end game.
if it gains enough XP to advance further? I think during the siege period, stuff would lock down, right? So you wouldn't.
No, so this is, I think, in regards to when a node advances, it's given a 21-day protection against declared sieges.
Oh,
So
really?
if it were to advance within that same period of time, then that
I see.
protection would likely apply to the second stage advancement as well.
I
So-
don't think that's likely to happen though.
Yeah. Well,
Why not?
From village to town, maybe, but definitely not from town to city or city to metropolis, right?
Right.
But I mean, the idea just
Tell me about
context,
notes.
the idea behind that is,
Do you have a
right,
guild
there are
Discord or
new
other group place?
functionalities
Not
and
sure where I would
mechanisms that
join,
come
but I'd like.
online
Yeah,
with
sure. I've got a
devices,
little
and
guild
we want to
Discord. I'll shoot you.
provide
I can
both time for elected governments
get
to
that
take
info.
place, which then have direct consequences and choices to be made over defensive
Actually,
capabilities.
yeah.
And
Let
also
me try to pull
provides
something
time
up,
for
and then I
the
can show you.
node to collect and
It's a
recycle
little guild right now. We
resources
used to be
through
really big in
taxation
Swotorm and kind of all split our ways, but we're going to get back
quests.
together for this game. So we're a little light on members. We're not doing too much, but
Treasury funds
yeah, let me
and resources to
figure out what I'm
allocate
doing
towards
here.
defensive structures and other types of defensive systems. So it would make sense that if there were to be an occurrence where a node advances
Oh, I'm
within that
chat.
window, that
Should probably go to
window is
Twitch.
reset again for the new stage because there are new correlating services and functions available.
All right. And then we have Big Doof or Bidoof, Bidoof.
Big doof.
Big Doof.
And they want to know about gear. Will there be gear for artisans that boost their ability to craft / gather stronger items?
Okay.
Yes.
Guild website. You can go there, check it out.
Stephanie
Link should be
Bourne
for
wants to know
Discord
about
on there,
currency.
if I
Will
remember.
there be a currency cap?
I just
on it,
finished making
or
that
are
site
we
like
free
the
to
other day,
use
so
much as
yeah,
you
it's
like?
there.
I think generally there should not be a cap on
I don't think
currency.
it might. Well,
I mean, it
I
might be
think
an
technically, I
unachievable
think
cap.
there is one, but
Yeah,
there's only so many numbers we can hold in a
right.
variable. But like that, we're not going to have an artificial one.
Yeah, I mean, from a practical standpoint, on what characters are legitimately capable of achieving, there won't be a cap in that regard.
Cool.
Kanansta wants to know.
No, I don't want to go to work.
If I die as a green example from a mob or by fall damage, is my tombstone immediately lootable by other players, or will I have a window to recover it?
I'm on call for work, so I'm worried I'm going to get a call in a second.
It's hardcore, man. Don't die.
I mean, you're not going to drop your completed gear unless you're corrupt, right? It's going to be a portion of your collected gatherables. But
Yeah, as long as I don't lose my gear in a
Speaking of
PvP battle, I'll be happy. I just won't
did
carry
you have an opportunity to take a look at the
resources.
the direction of those effects? Or maybe we'll show that
Oh,
next month.
they look awesome. They look awesome.
Cheesy. Alright, well, I can hold a second. There's a lot of commercials. Maybe I should buy Prime. I'll update my my Twitch later. So I actually have the thing in it. Oh, that's a quick commercial.
As like an impromptu.
There we go.
Yeah, if you toss it to me, I don't know which.
Jeff,
team-
do you know
I don't
where
if
it
it's
is?
a channel that I'm.
I
have
think it's in
access to.
design. Let me check.
Yeah, see if you can find it and just throw her the link and she can grab it. But to give you guys an idea, right, behind death and kind of the reason for why respawning occurs, right? As you guys know, the avatar of the goddess of creation is the phoenix, right? And the phoenix
I've heard of
obviously
that.
has some very staple mythological lore to it with regards to the cycle of life and death and rebirth and that type of thing. As you enter into the world of Vera, you are in a way empowered with the spark of life that comes from the goddess of creation herself.
Yeah.
And in that sense, you're able to house a portion of what that represents in your soul, in the conduit to the essence. And we're now, Jim and the awesome effects team right now are working on actually putting in place the real death effects and rebirth animation and effects. And
Hey, welcome, Falcon, to the Discord.
Disintegrates into ash and leaves behind a pile of ash, which will incorporate some of that material loss that people are talking about. But that'll be the interactable is that pile of ash, and then when you're reborn, You
so
know,
you're like
this-
sifting through people's ashes to
Yeah,
find out. Gross.
exactly,
You have to have like
yes.
stuff sticking out of the ashes then.
Oh no, it's already the first pass is looking great.
Okay. I didn't
and
see
it's just
this.
it's gonna start looking better and
I
better.
just linked it to you.
All right, I'll take it and prep it.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think on the battlefield as like people are if you're engaged in some type of like giant raid against a boss
And there's
or
the
some PvP fight or whatever.
there's
you're gonna
that
see people as
untextured
they
rock
take
that
their
looked pretty
final hit
decent.
point damage just start to fall to the ground and disintegrate, and smoke will just fly away. Oh, here we go.
That's like the
Yes.
rest of
What?
the kind of Thanos snap
And
parts.
that smoke effect is going to be touched up, but the disintegration and the pile of ash that's left behind is just going to be
Yeah,
it's
this is
going
the
to
first
look
pass.
really good. This
That's
is first. This is
cool.
literally
Jim
the
wants
first
everybody to
pass.
know this is first pass.
I know. Poor Jim
Poor
is like, why are
Jim.
you showing this?
He's like, no.
That looks
I
fine
put
though.
it in the
Like
folder
for a first
reason."
pass, this is great.
Yeah, I try not to. Obviously, like
Yeah, right. Looks
you
really
let
good.
The artists kind of decide what they think is ready to share with
Yes.
people.
And you can see
Because
this level he's
they wanna
in
be
is
proud.
his special effects level.
Yeah.
So ignore everything that's happening behind him.
We should have a little chat box that comes above the head of the character upon death that says, "I don't feel so good."
That'd be funny.
Oh god, it looks great. That looks
Crossover time.
awesome. Good job, Jim.
Oh, this is pretty
Um,
interesting.
All right, I'm gonna move on to the next question here, which is from
This looks too good. Too good to be
Takualian
true.
or Takalian. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Back attacks. Are there plans for back attacks to deal bonus damage, like for rogues or anything like that? And I think we might have talked about something similar to this in the past.
Like what?
Some abilities will. Rogues generally will have more of these than others, but we're going to be playing around with it. We can pretty much do contextual positional abilities from any direction.
For the
So
space
you'll
incident?
probably see some flanking stuff. You'll see some back stuff. You might see some even frontal attack stuff, maybe for the tank or something along those lines.
I mean, I've been around for a while.
And of course, we have another question here from Nixel, which is about player stats. Will there be a limit/soft cap for stats?
Oh,
Or could
yeah, I
literally
vaguely remember that.
achieve something like 100% critical.
Ash's
hit
Discord has
or
gone from
chance?
many different
There will
iterations. It
for
used to be
sure
like
be
a
diminishing returns on
kind of
certain
just
things.
like a bunch of cranky
Yeah, go ahead.
kids yelling all the
Most
time.
stuff
So I
is
don't
tested, which means we're
venture
kind of
too
testing
much.
your rating versus other people's ratings.
What was
we
it
can kind of
again?
figure out what the
Or what
impact
happened?
is that, but we're not going to go for like hard caps for sure.
All right. Do we have time for some bonus questions, or you?
Yeah, we can take some bonus questions.
Okay, we've got a few here. Toast is lovely and added some more here for me. So we have Neurotoxin who wants to know about questing. Will all quests given by NPCs stay static as long as the node remains at the same level, or will there be other conditions that might change their quests?
Ooh.
Um, y- y-
There
there
will be a
can be.
yeah. It kind of depends, right? Like, so for example, like if
No,
a
I
particular
missed that
node
one.
stays at a
Falcon.
certain
That was a
state,
while. Wait,
neighboring nodes
I've heard of
begin
it,
to advance.
but I wasn't there.
Those can have interactables with certain
That's
quest lines
funny.
that one node
I
if it
forgot
stays
about
the same
that one.
level might change certain location destinations. it might
Steven does a
include
lot of
additional
crazy
quest
stuff
logs. You might see
that
population changes that occur.
Things
around
happen on
certain points of
Discord or
interest
in the
that are,
game, like
being
the
delegated to
alpha
it.
testing and stuff
Additionally,
that
there might be even
I don't know.
longer,
I don't know how
more
it's running a
seasonal
company.
components that take into account kind of
Ugh.
community direction in more organizational quest lines, right? And that could change, some of those as well. You might see achievements like downing certain world bosses affect, quest lines that aren't necessarily tied to the advancement of the node. So there's a lot that goes into kind of
Steven is
making
great.
these
He's very
quests,
passionate
quote,
about
unquote,
this.
dynamic and responsive
I
to
commend
kind of
him.
what happens in the world, and not the vast majority of it is tied to node progression, but there are certain elements that are tied to other types of events and achievements in the world.
Yeah, there's a ton of interaction in the game, and so like a question like that's almost hard to answer because the answer is probably going to be yes, and it's going to be like to talk about it would have to be like more specific of a kind of question, like what kind of interaction are you speaking of, like what kind of behavior are you talking about, because it can be hard to nail down like what that means in that context because the answer is almost always yes.
Okay, I like it.
So it's a combination of depends.
Depends.
Yes, in some cases.
I
in
mean,
some cases it might
Right.
not. Yeah.
if I can do a quest
I
or
love
kill
it.
a
I
boss,
like a
and then
good
the quest giver
combination.
knows,
Like,
hey,
if
great
it's
job
like
doing
it's
that.
fun, and then other ones where it's
That's all I want.
you know the
Not picky.
projection path for it. So we have a Duck Frog wanting to know about auction houses. Will in-depth auction data be available, such as volume, moving averages, price history, etc.?
I don't see that happening.
There will be some elements of that data
Really?
available. It'll be presented through probably the economic nodes. There will probably have to be some advancement that's made in the economic node for its auctions to kind of show that data. But generally, yeah, at a final stage, some of the auction houses will be able to kind of show that data. I'm not sure if
Okay.
Someone's going to
delegated
make a
to Metropolis or
spreadsheet.
not.
And
Yeah, we
there's-
talked about putting that data behind a couple of different service buildings. So that's
Yes.
that's probably how it's going to be surfaced. It's
I like
built
it.
in, not
Okay.
necessarily- it
I
doesn't
didn't think they would
come
do it, but if they're doing it that way,
your
that's
mayor is
perfect.
going to have to build it for you.
Gives a reason for an economic note on the server.
have faith in your mayor that they will build the right buildings for you. Our next question is from Hakaiju, and it is about gear. Will I be able to raise the level of requirement for my gear? Example, upgrading a level 45 weapon to a level 50 weapon.
No, there isn't
No.
itemization progression in that manner. Items are very much crafted on an individual basis and don't really have upgrade potential. There's a deconstruction system that can aid in crafting additional items in the future, I guess, in that sense.
I just hope that nodes
Perhaps
stay
before
balanced
you're
and
just
destroying
destroying
Metro
that
is still
item
useful.
before it's
Oh, I
completed
think it totally
sometimes
will
in order
be.
to incorporate in another
Because
recipe.
the way they said it was
So
some world
you don't
bosses
really
won't even
push
spawn
a
if there isn't a
particular
Metropolis there, or if there is a Metropolis there, it might block it. So if you want to see a world boss show up, a specific one, you need to like shift the Metropolises around.
But if you like the
So
look of
leveling
it,
nodes,
you
de-leveling nodes, stuff like that needs to be done on every
like
server.
transmogging?
Otherwise, if a
Yeah, I mean,
level
yeah,
6
we're
node
going to
sits
have,
somewhere,
upgraded
since the
systems in
the
place
server
and whatnot
starts,
where, you can
you
apply
may never see a
appearance of
boss,
certain
but the
items,
other server
on
next
top
to you,
of,
like the second server, will see
on
that
top of the
boss
items
every
used.
day.
So
You know.
that will
I
still
thought that
get you.
So
question
there'll be incentives to
I was just trying to help them,
destroy
like,
stuff,
For
especially if
sure.
you can
to
like
what
steal.
seems
You get
like
the
you
loot
want
from
it. Like,
the
they really like the
storages,
45 look of the weapon.
resources and stuff that were saved there. So if you want, if you know there's a big guild there with a lot of resources,
And Xylus, or
say you just saw like 50 caravans go in there, you may want to raid it, take all those resources, and
actually, our next two questions are both
have a
very
great
good
day. Have a great day.
Will the winner of a military node's arena combat automatically become a mayor, or will they be able to designate another player as mayor? Like, so they win the combat, but they're like the champion for somebody else. That's kind of cool.
It is
I
pretty
like
cool.
it.
That would be a change in direction. We kind of wanted the people who, like, again, this is not a political kind of node. This is a node of power.
Oh man, I'm never gonna be the mayor of a military node
So we wanted to represent that in
unless I pay
government.
everybody
So
else.
somebody,
Unless you're a citizen. Well, yeah, unless you're a
champion
citizen.
is kind of a political move, right?
Yeah.
I just hope
And it's about who your
that
friends
for
are.
instance, the
No,
tech nodes with the
pick
airship
somebody,
don't become
and
more
we really
valuable than
want
having
it
the
to
world
be,
boss.
like,
That's
who's the
true.
most powerful person.
But if that world boss doesn't what do you call it? If that world boss it specifically spawns an item for making the best armor, in theory you would want that best armor to defeat a different raid boss, maybe like another more advanced one. I have a feeling that there's going to be like an ultimate world boss, like the creation of the corruption or something like that. And all the other world bosses are going to be weaker, so you need parts from everywhere to kind of make everyone's gear to be able to beat it. I don't know. That's how I would do it. Just to kind of focus it so that everybody has a purpose to, like, we need a little bit here. So maybe this node will survive for 6 months. And then we're going to wipe it out, and then this node needs to go. You could get the whole server together almost to... You could progress the server together as like a, I don't know, people of Vera or whatever, community. That's my hope. I mean, partially. I kind of want to get a node that's off in the ocean, so hopefully there's no world bosses near me. And I can kind of just progress in the corner, ideally. But of course they're going to put like a Kraken out next to me or something. Knowing my luck and the way I
Anything else
build
you want to add
stuff.
on that front, Stephen?
No, that sounds right.
All right. Our last question here is from Hicks Haxon, and they want to know, Will the service-oriented quest that determine a defined node's leadership be more group-focused or solo-focused?
This is service oriented for the divine nodes.
Yes.
Yeah, this would be individual focused.
Because again, remember, it's the points that you get because you are the one who is running for mayor. It's not a council. Which is not to say you couldn't necessarily. I guess you could maybe employ somebody to help you out in some weird circumstances, but it's meant to be solo.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically you can invite friends to assist you, right? In like, I guess, kill content related devotion tasks. But generally, most of those devotion oriented tasks in the divine node are going to be on an individual basis and couldn't utilize outside support.
Okay.
But you know, like Jeff said, the focus on that is your personal contribution.
Perfect. And that's going to wrap it up.
I don't like that.
our
I think
March
it should be a
development
group
update.
thing.
We hope that you all enjoyed hanging out with us.
If I help someone get
Definitely
mayor.
sharing all of the amazing work that
Yeah,
the team has
that's
been
true.
working
I mean,
on, and our intrepid
It'd be
service
interesting. They should be
amazing
able to.
leaders
I
who
think
give major buds,
you should have a
lots of
mayor
work.
for the
It's
divine, but then
exciting
you
to
should
see
have a
it grow.
council, kind of like you
And
said, just
like
to
Steven said, we're
to
going to be doing another
to make some variety in the notes. You have like your
and
mayor that does the
definitely
ultimate stuff, but you have a
need some more
council vote
folks to be
maybe.
able to
Military, you have to
vision
win by
that
doing
we're working
military
on.
combat.
As final reminders, reminder that we do
Science,
have a new
economy, I don't
discussion
know.
and guild
You
gathering
maybe being
coming
the
up in
best
April.
trader and then
Please
science.
partake in these. These help
I don't know
us to
about that
decide
one.
on a lot of our systems, and it's going to help our design team immensely.
Variety would be
Understanding
nice.
what the community wants. Obviously, we have internal things that we want to create, but we want to ensure that.
But I
those
also
things
want to be a
align with
dictator
what you
and
guys
just
want as
rule.
well. And sometimes you come up with some other ideas that we didn't think about. Beyond that, we also have our March cosmetics swapping over on April 7th. So definitely snag those up if you'd like them. And our next Alpha 1 preview playtest is scheduled for May 14th through May 21st. If you're eligible, expect an email from us closer as we get closer.
I'll
to
be
the
waiting.
date. And of course, if you are part of our current testing, we'll keep letting you know about spot testing, but shh, it's under NDA. And of course, as always, we will have this up on our YouTube channel afterwards, so definitely go check it out. And right after we end this stream, it'll be over on our Twitch channel. And follow us on all of our social channels: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all the things at Ashes of Creation. We want to keep you informed and let you know what we've got going on. We post stuff almost every day, so if you're needing your Ashes of Creation fix, definitely send that.
Military should have officer positions. Science should have a science board. Economics should have a council. And spiritual nodes should have church reps.
Creation section.
The other positions just get minor buffs.
We have so many amazingly.
Hey, that sounds good to me, Falcon. It would create more roles in the government.
Those of you guys who aren't connected into our social media or
if you're a
forums, please consider doing so. Go in there.
If you're on the council
post
for the economic node,
updates. It is
you
incredibly
could push
important. We do
maybe I don't know, like they could do a voting system for like what buildings to build or whatever.
Developers get an opportunity,
and then you could get power by being like, hey, look, I pushed for this for you guys. I went to lower taxes. Your mayor didn't. So when the next election comes around, you already have a foothold in the government. You can step up like a real politician to become the mayor.
For all of you to be a part of that process, if you choose. If you don't want to be, that's fine too. If you just want to wait for when the game comes out, that's totally cool. But we definitely encourage those of you who do have things to say to come and participate in the discussion. It's a very important one to have. We appreciate 100% all of the patience you guys show, that you guys tune in to our updates, the supportive messages you send. It is a great source of morale for our team, because it's hard work making an MMO. It's a hard work making an MMO of this size.
They will do things the way they would do them, and I'll enjoy participating nonetheless.
Great motivation to come and give our best as we see the kind of excitement from the community, from our players, people who want to be a part of this project. It makes all of us.
I wonder if they're going to lock it out, so if you're the mayor of a node, you cannot also be the mayor or the leader of a castle or king and queen. That would be interesting. But know that fact before I make things in the game happen.
Fun progression that we're making with Ashes of Creation.
Anything else you want to add, Jeff?
That would be annoying.
No, just
I want to be everything. I want to be a king, a mayor, and a guild leader.
And the more people participate, the more voices that get heard, the better, right? This is a game about community. It's a game about, massive amounts of people, and we're just a few of them right now. And the more your voice is heard, the more likely it is that we'll integrate something that you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
thank you
just-
to our community for
sorry, go ahead.
being welcoming of new
Yeah,
folks.
yeah.
I see a lot of
Yes.
people answering questions and helping other people and RPing together. And I know Toast is always
RPing
sharing
together.
stuff too. And like Steven said, we're reporting on social, we're reporting on customer service, we're reporting on
Because they are
all of the community.
full-
So any place where you're talking
or
about
guild and
us,
citizen
we're
things. So if they
grabbing that
block each other,
information
it's
and
just like
sharing it to
annoying.
our team.
Yeah, that I would
Yep,
I
and
would
just-
agree that would
just
be pretty
one last
annoying.
thing, what you guys can do out
But
there,
if you
who
did
remain
get that
right
power
now
hold,
watching
you
us
had a
still,
castle and a node,
to
and then
help us
obviously a
grow,
guild,
right? We're moving into this now
you
medium-sized
would have so
territory as a
much
company,
control
you
over
know,
a section of the
wanting to
world.
get over,
Because I think there's
probably
5 castles,
150, we
each
wanna get
castle
here
has
in
like a
next few
chunk of the
months
world
on
it
the team.
controls.
You
And if
guys
you had
helping
one
us
of the
spread
nodes
word,
in that
continuing
zone,
to
I
help
mean
spread the word
that you would
about
control
the
so
hiring
much, and that
opportunities
guild
that
you would
are
have
available
would be
and active creation to your favorite
oh my
devs,
god,
your favorite
people would
studios,
be
to the
flocking to
posts that you're
join the
seeing
guild.
going on social media and tagging
And you'd have so
people
many
and all that
enemies.
stuff. It is a huge help to us. I know I'm unabashed in saying this, but I think the more
Imagine
you
if someone
guys
wants
go
to
out there
take
to
down
help
your
us spread
node,
the word, the
and you're the
better it is,
king.
'cause we have a
And you're like,
lot
no,
of
man. And
additional
you just bring your guild, and then all the allied guilds to that castle with. But nah, we're holding this. This node's ours.
We need as many people as
That makes
possible.
node and
So
castle
get
siege
out
just
there
so
and
much
spread
more
the word.
important.
It is
Yeah.
very helpful.
Oh man, tell me about it. I thrive on chaos too.
We're going to bid you adieu. We will see you next month for our next development update. We'll let you know when that's coming up. And of course, we thank you all for joining us. We will see you on the flip side.
Bye, everybody. Have a good one.
Sweet. Well, that was fun, guys. I enjoyed it. Thanks for joining, everybody. Falcon, thanks for becoming a follower and chit-chatting with me. I'm going to try to do these for every Ashes live stream for here on out. And for everybody else that sat and watched, I saw there's a bunch of people on YouTube were watching too, which was pretty cool. Twitch, a couple followers, and even Facebook had some people jumping in and out. So I do appreciate it. It's been a little over an hour, and I gotta go check on my little boy. He's been quiet in the basement for too long. So I'm gonna end it here, guys. I appreciate it. I'll catch you all guys another time. Like I always say, subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow on Twitch, follow on Facebook, and I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.